They are the pinnacle of all sports. Athletes from around the world of various ages and of various skill sets dream all their lives of participating in this historical set of events. This set of events is none other than the Olympic Games, one of the biggest stages on the earth and one of the greatest collection of games and competitions ever created. This year, the responsibility of hosting the Summer Olympic Games was given to the city of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, which is pictured here. This coastline picture is very popular and is seen in many pictures, magazines, and newspapers. With hosting the Olympic Games comes the responsibility of hosting the opening and closing ceremonies, which are watched by millions. Despite the fact that they are only a few hours long, it is critical that an event of this magnitude be given all of its attention and a worthy stadium to hold these ceremonies in. The stadium that has been chosen for this has been the Maracana Stadium, located in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Cruise Travel describes this Maracana Stadium as being legendary, and also describes it as a memorable experience to visit. With high praise such as this from Cruise Travel and a multitude of others, along with a rich history that will be looked into, it will be obvious why the Maracana Stadium was chosen to host the opening and closing ceremonies. This here is a picture of the Maracana Stadium. It has a dome-like structure and looks fairly modern. This is thanks to the 2014 and 2000 renovations that took place. But the original building of the stadium came way before that, over half a century ago. It was built in the year 1950 for the 1950 World Cup. A game was played, and Brazil faced off in an international friendly that very much excited many, many fans, thousands in fact. After this 1950 World Cup game, more soccer games would continue to be played in the Maracana Stadium, but it was not considered much of a tourist spot until the year 2000, where one of its major renovations took place. After this, huge names started rolling on through. Speaking of rolling, one of them was the Rolling Stones, along with Pope John Paul II and Madonna. Interestingly enough, none of these super big names broke the attendance record. In fact, it was a reverend who held a Christian ceremony, and over 200,000 people attended, and this would be the thing that broke the attendance record. Despite none of the big names breaking the attendance record, it is obvious that the Maracana was a respected enough venue for these larger names and these important of people, especially the Pope of the entire Catholic Church, to be rolling through this historic stadium. Besides hosting a multitude of these various names, the Maracana stands for something more. As Holzmeister says in his article, this stadium changed Brazilian culture. After the 1950 World Cup, soccer became a more integral part of the people. It began to change their spirits and have them become more hopeful. And it still continues to do so today. Soccer would not be as important as it is without the building of the stadium. Along with this, it symbolizes perseverance and has stood for many, many years, as mentioned before. While it may have had renovations, it has stood for a very long time through the tough times that Brazil has encountered, including those that are going on today. It will continue to stand and continue to represent this great accomplishment of standing many, many years. With the rich history that's just been described, along with the significant names that have rolled through, and many other reasons, such as holding thousands upon thousands of people, it is obvious why the Maracana Stadium was chosen to host these opening and closing game ceremonies.